word cancer is very strong, but cancer like is a parasite, right? It takes.
Yep.
It don't give nothing, and it only cares about itself, right? It replicates and it only cares about itself,
right?
And I feel he's that way because he infiltrates and he tries to replicate by like making it seem like he's helping out all these people and getting all these younger guys and girls to be like, oh yeah, CM Punk is great. CM Punk, he helps me out. But he's just trying to replicate. He's just trying to put his ideas into other people's mind.
Soon we're going to talk about the interview with Seth Rollins did with Robert Griffin III. And it's talking about Ouitta Pocket with RGIII, talking about CM Punk and how he really want to fight him for real. Let's check out more at the locker room here.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, guys. We're here at the locker room. Toss Ring Scandal, a.k.a. KDH. We're here to talk about Seth Rollins' hatred for CM Punk continues. Get the likes of us. We come to the locker room. As usual, we about to air some dirty laundry on this one. This dude, Seth Rollins, just cannot stop all his hatred he has for CM Punk. Now, he's been saying this for the past at least a year, especially since CM Punk has returned to WWE. He's still going on and on about in these interviews how he's mad at CM Punk for leaving over 10 years ago, how he ran his mouth about Seth Rollins and he talked bad about the company every chance he got on social media. Now, Seth Rollins went on the show called Ouitta Pocket with RG3. He talked about how he's talking about with CM Punk and how he's a cancer. Now it's a storyline. And when he went to the point where he said he would consider an MMA fight against CM Punk if UFC President Dana White were interested. Now, of course, this was asked by Robert Griffin III, former football player. I know he asked him that, but Seth Rollins just cannot let this go. He keep talking about CM Punk did this, CM Punk did that. And he also said how CM Punk is basically pretending to be a locker room veteran, helping other wrestlers out, giving advice. And he said that CM Punk is only in business for himself. But let's see what CM Punk, was talked about by Seth Rollins in his interview with Ouitta Pocket. Let's check it out here.
About CM Punk, like that's a real, like,
sure,
that's a real not like of each other in the business. And you said that he's a cancer.
You are a cancer to that locker room. You are a cancer in my brain. You are a cancer to this business.
Yeah.
Why?
So he really likes to put out, especially lately, this image that he's like kind of like helping. He's willing to help the business, and maybe it's because I'm like a scorned ex, if you will, but he's someone that I really believed in at a certain point, and I believed in what he was saying, and someone that I would consider a mentor and someone that he was helping me. And it felt like I almost like I had bought into that idea of what he was, so much so that I felt like I could help him do that. I could be the next person to carry the torch that he, had lit and was kind of carrying himself. And like when you get abandoned by somebody like that, it's extremely painful, and it makes you go, well, was anything he said real? Was anything he was actually doing legitimate, or was it all for him? And one of his favorite lines is like, "Oh, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." Ooh. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you can do both, right? Mm-hmm. You can make friends and you can make money, and like one doesn't have to come at the cost of the other. And maybe that's his explanation for why he had to dip on everybody when he did in 2014. And I think my feeling is when I use the word cancer, it's very strong. But cancer, like, is a parasite, right? It takes.
Yep.
It don't give nothing. And it only cares about itself, right? It replicates and it only cares about itself.
Right.
And I feel he's that way because he infiltrates and he tries to replicate by like making it seem like he's helping out all these people and getting all these younger guys and girls to be like, oh yeah, CM Punk is great. CM Punk, he helps me out. But he's just trying to replicate. He's just trying to put his ideas into other people's minds to create basically like a little army underneath him of people that buy into his bullcrap. And then at the end of the day, it's not for the betterment of the industry like he says it is. It's for the betterment of him. Because he said it himself. He's not here to make friends. He's here to make money. So when you start to do the math, where does it end up? It ends up in his pocket, and that doesn't help everybody else. Wow. So that's the reason I feel that way, and that's the reason I have said those things in the past. If you have a business full of CM Punks, people that are going to give up when things are hard and don't go their way, and then come back and take from the people who actually put in the work, if you have a business full of those types of people, the business dies. It does not survive. And so I think that he sets the wrong example across the board.
Just like with the cancer, right?
Exactly.
Cancer fills your body.
Kills you up.
Kills you.
Now, as we see here that Seth Rollins is still upset with CM Punk did. Now, even though that he still don't like CM Punk, he's still saying that he infiltrates to pretend to want to help the locker room, and he don't, saying that CM Punk is only came back because the business has been booming, and he wasn't there when WWE was in its darkest days, talking about the mid 2010-ish, late 2010-ish. But other than that, though, Seth Rollins, you got to chill, man. I mean, there's other people in WWE has forgave CM Punk. Why can't you? But let's see what he said, the part about how he will even consider fighting CM Punk for real when he was asked this question here.
And CM Punk also had an MMA fight. I don't know how many. I think he had an MMA fight. Would you shut up? Would you fight him in an MMA fight?
In an MMA fight?
Would you really fight him for real?
Sure. Yeah, I would. Look, I'm not going to just bust, into his locker room backstage and start, lighting him up. But, like, if Dana White wanted to book CM Punk for Seth Rollins, first, like, I guess, non-UFC fighter fight on one of his cards, I'd put on the gloves and give it a go. It might be the only one I do. But, yeah, I would do it. You put me in there with, like, any of the other guys in my weight class. I'm out. But, yeah, Dana, you want to make some money, book it, brother.
That would be phenomenal.
Give us a few months, Give me a few months. Give me, like, a training camp. But I feel like I could handle myself.
Oh, man, that would be box office.
Hey, TKO, man. We're all under one umbrella now, so.
That is awesome.
Let's keep it real, Seth Rollins. You got beat up by a fan that attacked you on Monday Night Raw a few years back, and it took plenty of referees and officials to get that man up off you. What makes you think you can fight CM Punk? Get out of here. CM Punk, he don't have the best MMA record. We know that. But I can see CM Punk give you that work for real, Chicago style. So get out of here with that. Now, others, I know, like I said, Seth, he also spoke in a Chris Van Fleet interview about 3-4 months ago about his hatred for CM Punk. And then also we're going to talk about Nick Khan. Nick Khan recently did an interview with Bill Simmons, how he said that CM Punk's not a cancer as many think he is. Let's see it here.
They've been interesting. It's just, these are promos. These are things that I've thought about saying publicly for a long time, and things I've wanted to say to his face for a long time and haven't been able to, or have said privately. Occasionally I would get asked about him over the years, and you would see some of it slip out. But most of the time I just never wanted to acknowledge his existence because he was such a I mean, he really was just a cancer to my career for many years while he was gone. He an intentional one, you know what I mean? He was a parasite. He really just wanted to he seemed like every time he could take a pot shot at me or the company, he was trying to. And so I never wanted to give that credence because I just kind of looked at him as like a troll. I'm like, I don't want to acknowledge these things because then it looks like they matter and they don't. But it did bother me internally, because, we were trying, dude, that roster from he leaves in 2014, right? I think we were hustling, dude. We were trying our damnedest and we were given garbage a lot of the time and we were making the best of it. And he was in a position where he'd made a bunch of money and could just dip and go. And there wasn't an alternative. AEW didn't exist at the time. There was nowhere else to go. What are we going to do? Just pack up and leave because CM Punk's feelings were hurt? Because that's what he wanted from guys. He didn't want people who were his friends to stay and work for the company because he felt like it was it's some sort of betrayal to him. And I'm like, dude, A, this is my dream job. B, this is how I earn a living. And I'm trying to get to your level. I don't have the luxury to just quit. I can't go anywhere else and get paid this kind of money. My career, I don't get to work till I'm 60 either, So it was one of the most selfish things I'd ever seen out of a human, leaving the way he did and then kind of expecting other people to follow him and then taking shots at the place from a distance when he wouldn't even explain to his friends why he was so resistant to continuing that friendship. I never got an answer out of him.
Were you friends up to that point?
Yes. We were friends till he left, and we had a mentor-mentee kind of relationship, at that point because I was a lot younger. So I didn't push. I sent him some texts and called him after he left, but I wasn't comfortable enough with him to because we were peers, but he was here and I was here. So I didn't want to push that envelope. So after a while, I just let it go. And then even over the years, I reached out to him a couple of times to try to engage and just see where he was at and if he was interested in coming back. And nothing, no response, except whenever he would get a chance, he would just talk as much crap as he could. And so, yeah, I had all of this stuff bottled up for 10 years to finally be able to get out there on a microphone and say it. And it's probably not even articulated the best it can, but there's just so much real.
Time I'm always happy
or you'll just hire former clients, just put them
on camera,
put them in,
WWE.
or CM Punk, who for some reason you were always kind of involved in. That was one of those where I was like, Nick's nuts. This guy's a cancer. You can't let this guy. And seems like it's been great.
By the way, it was so obvious to me that he wasn't a cancer.
Yeah.
I had, in having been an agent, assume I had dealt with some personalities that were not the easiest, from time to time.
Sports media? I can't believe that.
That's part of the job. I had always found him to be a gentleman. I always found him to be honest, responsive. And I felt if he was that way, outside of the company, if given an opportunity to come back to the company, he would be that way. And he said that he would be, and he's been a gem to work with.
I think, because I certainly feel this way about myself back in the earlier days. I think when people have trouble dealing with somebody who's not good or doing a bad job or has no and I, for some reason back in the day, I would take that really personally. It would make me upset. I would try to fix it. I would get all wrapped up in it. And I think as you get older, you're like, you know what? Most people are terrible. And once you kind of realize that, it's I just got to navigate around it. It'll be fine. Once you realize that, it's a different way of living. And for whatever reason, it took me till my mid-40s to realize it.
I think there's a constant through line in it, Bill. I think for the supremely talented people, Punk, yourself.
Oh, thanks for putting us together. Yeah, two of the greats.
Two of the greats.
Thank you.
Two of the greats, right? Yourself, Triple H. The biggest challenge is to deal with mid-level management.
Or lousy mid-level management. Yeah.
Correct, right? You had, I think, referred to at one point as the khaki brigade.
The blue shirt and khaki police.
The blue shirt and khaki. Correct. Those are more the mid-level.
Coming in.
Now, Nick Khan, who is one of the big executives in WWE and the TKO as well, said that CM Punk has been helpful. He's not been a cancer. Now, I know Nick Khan does not know of CM Punk when his first run with WWE, but if he's saying that CM Punk is good, and I heard plenty others say good things about CM Punk as well, like Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, even Triple H has made amends with CM Punk, and The Miz as well made amends with CM Punk. And, you know, of course, John Cena, Randy Orton all have no issue with CM Punk. It seemed like to me the very few people that do have an issue with CM Punk, besides Seth Rollins, that I do know have an issue with him, is Roman Reigns and a few others. I mean, CM Punk, yeah, he was not the best person to deal with in the locker room back in the day. Maybe he came off, you know, a little blunt, what he had to say, whatever the case may be. But CM Punk has changed for the better. If CM Punk really was a problem, Seth Rollins, if he really was a problem like he was in his first run, now I heard reportedly he had a behavioral clause in his contract when he returned to WWE, CM Punk would have been gone already. There's the whole new WWE regime ran by Triple H, Nick Khan, and the TKO banner. They will not tolerate for none of that crap CM Punk was doing. I haven't heard CM Punk get to no physical altercations. I haven't heard CM Punk arguing nobody backstage. He's been nothing but helpful. Not only he's been helpful to the people on the main roster for Raw and SmackDown, he's even been helpful to the people on the NXT brand. Besides Roxanne Perez and Corey Jade, he's helped out with Trick Williams. He's talked to other people as such. I mean, come on, Seth Rollins. Why are you still sitting on this whole thing for over 10 years ago? Why are you so mad of what CM Punk did? I mean, CM Punk, he let it go. He's not even thinking about you, Seth Rollins. He ain't talking about you. Why are you still sitting on that whole thing? I mean, it seemed like, man, he just do not want to let this go. Seth Rollins literally is going to take this whole thing to his grave. I mean, he said also in an interview that he don't like to hold on to stuff, but you do. You're holding on to stuff with CM Punk now, and he's never going to hold on to it. He calls himself Seth freaking Rollins. Your name should be Seth Bitchin' Rollins, because that's all you do is bitch all day, Rollins. Get over it. Let it go. Put it behind you and move on. Please do, because we tired he complain about CM Punk. But that's all I have for Seth Rollins. Hatred for CM Punk continues. We are talking about will Seth Rollins ever let this go? My guess, no. Check out the content here at Toss the Race Scandal, a.k.a. KDH. Until then, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.